Welcome to the Good Gut Show. I have no idea why I do that, but I seem to do it every time I start this show. Anyway, I'm very excited yet again because I'm talking to you about my Good Gut Blueprint, which is really a blueprint for any lifestyle change. But let's get focused on good gut right now. And I'm doing the second piece of it, which is called reduce stress and boost awareness. And as I said yesterday, if you listen to my show, they go hand in hand because the tools that you use to reduce stress are also the same tools that you use to boost your awareness. And in reality, you can't change anything unless you're aware of what you do, right? What do you do? I mean, like if you're going to lose weight, and I always use that as an example, even though I'm talking about good guts, because it's just easy. We all know how to lose weight. None of us do it. This is one of the reasons why, because if you decide to lose weight, you're still stuck in the muck of the same stuff you've always done. You need to figure out and become aware of what's going on with you, right? So I'm looking at my cheat sheet. So if you've done a lot of, really the crux of this is mindfulness or meditation, if you want to call it that. But I always think of meditation as some guy sitting up on a rock for like hours, right? Going and going and going. And mindfulness is not that. You can do it anywhere, anyhow, anytime, once you get the gist of it. So to me, mindfulness is the crux of everything that you do to change your gut, to change your weight, to change whatever you're doing. And this is very interesting because, so if you've done it a lot, I'll get to that in a second. If you've done, if you've done recent or if you've done it in the past and you haven't gotten back to it and you're pretty good at this, this is going to be literally a piece of pie for you. But if you're just starting, yeah, it's kind of like a learning curve, but basically it's not hard to do. You can do it easily. I've got a lot of resources for you to explore, and I'll tell you those in a few minutes, okay? Everybody is different, though. Everybody's very different in the way they respond to stuff. And I do know that a lot of people abandon mindfulness because they say, well, it didn't work for me. Well, my comment is always, well, how long did you try it? Because if you're trying to be mindful, the mind, the way it is now, and I'll talk more about that when I get to the fifth piece, the mind is just going to do the same thing it's always done. And it's going to be resistant to any kind of change, no matter how gentle it is. So that's really where it's at. It needs to be a daily practice. And I do mindfulness all the time. As a matter of fact, if you've ever wondered what this is a mindfulness tool, which is the frequency of love. It's called a love tuner. And I'm just going to blow it for you because I love this. I see a light teal healing energy when I do that. I know, I love it. Anyway, do that 5 or 6 times and you'll be mindful. So why is reducing stress is so important? Well, here's some of the things that stress does. And I wrote an article on my website, www.healyourhealthnow.com, called 4 Ways Stress Causes Leaky Gut. And when this article comes out on Thursday, there will be a direct link to that. So you'll be able to get that. 4 ways stress causes leaky gut. And here's some of the things that stress does. Stress causes an acidic bodily environment. And if your body is acid instead of alkaline, which is where it's supposed to be, stuff will grow in it that shouldn't be there, like candida and small intestinal bacteria overgrowth and even parasites. Horrors, but it will. So your gut will get out of balance, okay? It shuts down the immune and digestive systems, because if you're in fight or flight, you're not running from the saber-toothed tiger anymore, but the body thinks, oh my God, I need to divert all the energy to my legs so I can run away. So what's not working? The gut, right? So it also disturbs the gut-brain axis. We actually have a gut brain, and we have something called the vagus nerve that comes from the gut and goes to the brain to signal the brain to do stuff. And if that's disturbed, you got other things. You got a lot of problems, guys. So, it can cause leaking gut. It can cause inflammation. We all know that inflammation is the cause of many problems, including diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, autoimmune, which is 80 diseases and growing. So really, stress causes that, besides keeping you in that fight or flight way, so it's impossible to change. So we have to interrupt that. We've got to find some way to interrupt that. And when people say, oh yeah, I deal with stress, I exercise. Exercise is great, but it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you with this. So when you slow yourself down and you're confronting yourself, then you're boosting awareness. So they really are like a happily married couple. Okay. So there are many articles on my website. One is called Mindfulness, the Fastest Path to Healing. Again, www.healyourhealthnow.com. That's one. And then that one, and recently I wrote this one, You're a Mindfulness Superhero. So you can get a lot of information from that. Thursday, when the article comes out, there'll be links to those, so you won't have to scramble around on my website to look for them, right? Really, how I found that about myself was through my acting work, because if you're sitting and breathing and and becoming aware of what your expression, you're also becoming aware of yourself. So it had like a lot of benefits. Not that I want you to go do those exercises, but I am going to be working on a modified version called Acting Out, and that's coming soon, okay? Also, if you want to experience mindfulness, I do have a link. I did a whole series of videos called Micro Mindfulness. They were like sequential snippets of mindfulness, because I think that if you start out with 20 minutes of mindfulness, it's too much. You have to just breathe and maybe whistle like 6 times and done in the beginning, and build it. So they're called Micro Mindfuls. And the way you get to them is to go to, again, www.healyourhealthnow.com/mindful1. Okay. So important, mindfulness, so important. And it's not hard to do. And I'm just doing an overview of this blueprint this week. So I'm not going to go deep into mindfulness, but it's so important. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about, what am I talking about? I can't remember. Heck. And I just wrote it. I'm talking about cleaning out the inside and outside of your house. So it's not just your actual house. It's really about your internal house. And that's what I'm talking about tomorrow. Another one of my favorite topics. One can take you a couple of hours and the other one can take you all your life. So that's what I'm talking about tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. Love to see you. Love comments. Also, if you want to see this infographic, because it really gives an incredible picture of this whole Good Gut Blueprint, you want to go to my Good Gut group on Facebook. So it's healyourhealthnow.com/Good Gut group, right? Healyourhealthnow.com/Good Gut group. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.